Hey, welcome to this last video about the reviews of the features in Excel, right? If you look here, we started doing autofill and we did a bunch of other ones, right? Remember that you can get the files for all this stuff online at JAMESWDH.com/finance, right? So let's continue here. Let's talk about deleting. Oops, let's push this in here so that I can get a good check mark going. So look here, right? Deleting. Let's move forward. As I go in Excel, this is the file that you might know already, right? We've done all the other videos with it, and this is the chunk about deleting. Deleting in Excel is something that a lot of people don't really know how to do properly, and they use the backspace. And if you use the backspace, you're going to have a very frustrating experience, right? I'm going to make all these pound signs disappear. Some of you remember what the problem with the pound signs are, is that it's just because there's not enough width in my column. So what I'll do is I'll pick all of my columns and I'll double click, and it's going to make them all look nice and tidy. And here, let's talk about what most people know how to delete. If you hit backspace, look at how irritating it is. I hit backspace, it deletes one of them. So you have to hit backspace and enter every time to delete it. Outrageous. Don't use backspace. What you use is you use the delete key. Look at that. It deletes. But the problem is, if you've got colors, right? So I'm going to undo this, and I'm going to put, you see, a color here. I'm going to delete all this. The gray stays. Oh, that's frustrating. So you might get used to doing right click like this, right click, delete. And what will this do if you hit Shift Cells up and you hit OK? It will empty the contents. But that's bad because if you're trying to delete just one, so maybe you just want to retype this and you want to delete it first. So you right click, you go delete, you hit OK. It didn't clear it. It moved the cells up and it cleared the one at the bottom, very far from the intended goal. So the right-click delete, not a lot of people like using this in Excel. Most people are going to use the delete key, but the delete key doesn't remove the formats, right? If I put one here, it's going to give me January 1st, 1900, because dates are numbers. But if you look here, it's written clear all. What is clear all? Clear all is a fancy button that very little people know how to use. You see, it's over here in the corner, and it is the clear all button. There is no shortcuts for it. Well, maybe there is, but I don't know the shortcut for it. And I hit clear all, and look at that. Look, it clears everything. So if I just wanted to clear this one cell, I could select it, hit clear all, and the cell is back to being blank and ready to be typed in. If I type 1, it doesn't give me a date. It actually gives me 1. This is the clear all button of Excel. Remember it. Sometimes you don't want to remove the contents. You just want to remove what it looks like. So you see there's also clear formats. And look, it removed the color, it put the date back to a number, and it cleared the design, right? So that's really good about clear formats. And these are the deleting options in Excel. So to repeat quickly, right, before we get to the exercise period, right, you have 4 things for deleting. 4 things for deleting. 1 is the delete key. 2 is right-click delete, but that will move cells, so you have to be careful when you're using that one. The other one is the clear all button that you get on the home tab. Very simple, right? You go on the home tab, there's a little eraser, you click it, it does clear all, or you can just clear the formats. And by deleting properly, you're going to have a much better time using Excel. Hopefully you like this, right? Stay tuned for the exercise on how to apply all these great techniques.